you may have heard of it on your favorite TV show, like maybe a show like Grey's Anatomy, but do you really know what a clinical trial is or how it can change a life?
That's right. Let's learn more from Wendy Hutz and Jennifer Doe from Del Sol Research. Ladies, I was just saying, I've heard of clinical trials. I watched Grey's Anatomy. It was a whole season surrounded about that. But I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what it is or in real life how it affects people. So let's kind of get educated on what a clinical trial even is.
A clinical trial is basically a research study of a new investigational drug or a device that is not yet approved by the FDA. It provides valuable data to determine if it's safe and effective for human participants. And all studies are reviewed, monitored by an ethical review committee to ensure that the participants are being treated ethically.
Oh, okay. So there's always safety precautions being taken. Yes. Now, we had mentioned it also before the break, Crohn's disease. What is Crohn's disease?
So Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory condition of the gastrointestinal tract. And it belongs to a group of conditions called inflammatory bowel disease. Inflammatory bowel disease is Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, but we're focusing right now on Crohn's disease. It is an inflammation of the gastrointestinal tract at the end of the small bowel and the beginning of the colon. It can really affect any area of the digestive tract, but that's the most common areas. And it's inflammation, swelling, and deep sores like ulcers in the tract. So it's very painful, severe belly pain and diarrhea among some of the symptoms.
And I have two friends that have Crohn's disease, and I know how much it affects their life and everything that they do and how much they've gone through medically. So I'm so happy to hear that we are trying these clinical trials and we're trying to get an advancement in that. So if somebody wants to be a part of that, what is the criteria in order to be a part of the clinical trial?
So the particular clinical trial that we're doing right now for Crohn's disease is for moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Okay. And it's for patients that are between the ages of 18 and 75 years old, and patients who have suffered for at least 6 months with a diagnosis of Crohn's disease. This particular study is focusing on a combination antibiotic. It's 3 antibiotics, and it's in pill form because the disease, we don't really know what causes Crohn's disease, but there's a potential that it's caused by a bacteria. So that's why we're studying this compound.
I've heard a lot of people, too, who have done these and have had great results from it and say, I wish I would have done this sooner. If there's anybody that has reservations or is thinking, you know, should I do this, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say that with any clinical research study, we're monitoring the safety of the study medication very, very closely. We're collecting data. At each visit, the patients come in frequently for visits. We're collecting safety data. We're reporting it to the sponsors of the study, and collectively they're analyzing the side effects and monitoring it very closely. So, you know, we really are focused on safety.
And I know, like you said, you had given us the criteria for somebody to be part of the Crohn's disease clinical trial, but we are doing other trials for other things, correct? What are some of those?
Some of the other studies that we're also doing, including Crohn's, is EOE, asthma, vaginal dryness, birth control, atrophic vaginitis due to menopause, anal fissure, and macular degeneration.
Oh, wow. So there's a few out there that people, okay.
So we see the list right now on our screen of all of those that you're doing, and do each one of them have different requirements to be a part of the trial?
Yes.
Yes.
And so what are those?
So in order to participate in a clinical trial, they really have to have specific criteria. Right. So if you're interested in that condition, then you would contact us and we would go through the criteria with you to make sure that you meet you meet the requirements for the study.
Is it also once you become you fit the what you guys need for the clinical trial, is each one a different time in which you'll need to have them be a part of the trial? Is that also different on each?
Yes, every study is very is very individual.
Yeah.
So the length of the study, the criteria for the study,
Is all
how many
specific,
visits,
yeah.
all very specific. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you for coming on. This was fantastic
Yes.
information. So, again, thank you very much. Del Sol Research is seeking participants for the clinical studies listed on your screen, along with many more. For complete details, call 257-3881 or visit delsolresearch.com.